Okay, y'all, let me do a sound check real quick because my last sound sounded terrible, so I just went ahead and took it down. Plus, I was a little too fired up in that last one. Because my last sound sounded terrible, so I just went ahead and took it down. Plus, okay, okay, yeah, that's better. That's better. I don't know why my sound was so garbled. Happy wishing hour to y'all. I'm gonna start this one off with because there's been some things that have been on my mind lately, and I want to come talk about it today since today is the day to do this. And I'm gonna start off with a little bit of music here. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom.
You know what? That one's not appropriate because I like that song or whatever. But like I like my life, so I don't want to be talking about oh, before I be a slave, I'll be in my grave now. No, no, no. Let's go ahead and play another one that I want to listen to, y'all. Let's go ahead and I got some stuff I want to show to y'all today. So make sure that when you get up in here, you hit that thumbs up because I want to talk to y'all about something that's really been on my mind. And even though I survived a very disgusting gang stalking regime, even though I survived it, I still feel the need to talk about this because it's something that has led me to a place where eventually, once I tie up a couple of loose ends here, eventually I'm gonna walk away from the United States of America. Eventually, I am out of here. So I'll show y'all what I'm gonna show y'all in a minute. Okay. Okay, let me do a quick sound check. First of all, to all of the people on the internet that was hired to stalk me for 6 years, I forgive you. I do. I'm not tripping off of that part of it. And I don't want to see anybody go to jail. I'm not going to sue nobody. Just to let y'all know that that's not what this is about. This is simply me discussing why I will eventually leave the United States. Okay. And it is because of the gang stalking, the human trafficking, the human sacrifice that goes on right out in the open with nobody saying anything. And lately, their their biggest victim, like I told y'all, their biggest victims was black single mothers, and which I thought that was so disgusting. You know, whenever I see these black men on YouTube talking about black single mothers or the cause of every bad thing, and we're giving birth to these people that are out committing crimes, and to be a black woman and to be a good woman and to be of sound mind, body, and spirit, and to not be a criminal, it's actually pretty disgusting. See, these men have been trained systematically to be your enemy. Hold on, let me make sure my sound is right. Okay, I don't know why my hold on, let me see if this will make a difference because it kind of garbles my sound a little bit whenever I play music for a little while. It sounds like I'm in like underwater. Okay. Hold on, let me see if this will make a difference because it kind of garbles my sound a little bit whenever. Okay. So, to the people that gang stalked me, the people that participated, I don't care about you. You're fine. You can move on with your life. I'm not seeking any justice against you. Okay. So, first of all, while we start this off, okay, um, my gang stalking started when I moved out of my hometown. So, this really has nothing to do with the like the state of Georgia, but I do think that the state handled it totally inappropriately. Okay, I'm not going to go into detail with that, but what I want to show y'all, because I was tripping on some videos, and I want to show y'all a couple of videos that are on YouTube. And I got them in my history here. Um, Let me pull this up real quick because, boy, they had me in a pretty intense gang stalking program. It was absolutely ridiculous. I found a couple of very disturbing videos on this subject that may freak you out because I feel that it's absolutely crazy. So first of all, I ran across this video that was uploaded 5 months ago. Okay, and I'm going to share a screen here about a black woman that said she was being stalked by the Kansas City Police Department. Okay. This is very, very interesting. Okay. So you got to read this. Car number 818 with KCPD drove through my photo shoot downtown at 4 today. 818 then appeared on 35th and Prospect. I was in Mission, Kansas, and they couldn't follow me all the way out there because it's not in their jurisdiction. I then was sitting in my car today at 11 and 818 drove through my private apartment complex parking lot, not once, not twice, but 3 times as I sat in my car to try to intimidate me. Not knowing I've seen the white girl in the passenger seat all day. She was with a black male officer earlier, and now she's with a white male officer. The third video is me confronting them and them attempting to gaslight me into thinking they just happened to roll into my private apartment complex at the same time as I got home. There's a public street that's right there. You would not need to cut through at all unless you live here. Okay, so let me just show y'all. And you know what? And I'm gonna show y'all another very disturbing video. that there are actual corporations that hire people to stalk people. And depending on where they feel that you need to be corrected. So a lot of you black women, if you're single mothers, that's their reason. They're trying to help you because evidently you need help, even though you've been fine for years and years and years. And if they would just leave you alone, but I want to show y'all this because this shit is a trip. This was uploaded November the 1st, 2020. Okay. And again, for the cap, y'all, there's literally no logical reason for a case to be back here when the action is back here. This is the parking lot. The action is up there. Why not drive on the main street? Why are you sitting back here? It's the not being discreet for me. God damn, this is the third time 818 has been following me all goddamn day, y'all. 818, all damn day. This is my third time seeing your goddamn car. Third time. Is it a white girl in your passenger seat? I've seen her all damn day. This is the third time. I done seen your damn car. Third time. Okay, she says, sorry for the flood, but look at how they did Brother Fred Hampton. This number has been calling me all day, twice when I was in Atchison, Kansas, twice when I was in Mission, Kansas, and twice here, and saying nothing. If you call it, there's a long beep and silence. Okay, so she feels that the Kansas City Police Department has been tracking her. It's very, very interesting. I ran into this. Wow, this is what we're doing in Kansas City. And keep in mind that when my children were in Kansas City, they sat there and allowed somebody to emotionally and verbally abuse my children right in their faces. Something's up with this. This is a cult. This is some kind of weirdness. I'm going to show y'all another video. I'm going to show y'all another video too. This shit is a trip. So she went to a board meeting and then they stalking her. Okay. Now, it says KCPD has a known and documented history of corruption, scare tactics, assassinations, and terrorism. I brought national attention, something KC never gets unless it's involving Mahomes to Kansas City, the murderous police department, the BOPC, made up of rich people who hate that I tarnish their image, and the FOP, Fraternal Order of Police here. A few weeks ago during the City Hall occupation, KCPD hired a houseless black man to steal the phones of several Black Lives Matter activists from the encampment. He stole the phones and then ran into the federal building across the street. Who steals something and then runs into a federal building? He needed something that they provided him. So here's how they will try to kill me. So this young lady is afraid of being killed. And you know what? She's not crazy because something is up with this. And see, I'm just gonna tell you that I feel so betrayed. Why are they doing this? Is what I want to know. But check this shit out. This shit is a trip. They will hire a black man to shoot me randomly. It would be the greatest irony. He will have no ties to me or KCPD. They will claim it was a sporadic act of violence, as KCMO has had 154 homicides this year. He will be in now. Now let me tell y'all, this is one of the reasons why I moved out of KC is because of the violence and the percentage, the like literally Kansas City is a small town compared to Georgia, and they have probably more homicides than Georgia, than the neighborhood that I live in. Okay. He will be in desperate need of money or a favor. KCPD will capitalize on this. He will kill me. There will either be an increased effort by KCPD to find the killer of a BLM activist, and they will not find him, or there will be no effort made intentionally. If he is arrested, it will be designed that way, and his family will be paid on a yearly basis. This is some crazy shit. This shit, too, a car accident, they're common and conspicuous. They will pay someone to crash into me. I've actually had this oh my freaking God. I've had this happen to me twice in KC. You know what makes me mad is that most of the people that I know from KC is fake. They, man, like for real. Like they in some kind of fraternity or Freemasonry or some crazy shit. They are possessed by demons. I'm gonna show you another video. This shit is a trip. So she must be a Black Lives Matter activist, this young lady, okay? So, okay. Okay, so this is just what she's saying that they could do. So I'm gonna donate to this sister too, because I feel so bad for anybody going through this, man. And you know what? Let me tell you something. I've had strange things happening to me my whole life in that town. That's why I wanted to get the hell out of it. That's why, you know what? But I was actually shocked beyond disbelief. Now, here's another video, okay?
Calls for Kansas City Police Chief Rick Smith to retire or resign continued this morning. The civilian board that oversees the Kansas City Police Department went into a closed session yesterday after members of the community repeatedly called for a vote video from one local activist. You may have seen circulating on social media. It already has more than 2 million views. Take a listen here.
I'm not nice, and I don't seek to be respectable. I'm not asking y'all for anything, because y'all can't and won't be both my savior and my oppressor. Because Kansas City will spend more on police than education, and then try to encourage children to feast with their oppressors. Y'all are really weird.
Smith has said repeatedly that he will not resign. Mayor Lucas and several police board members have publicly supported him. Activists and community members say they plan to continue to make their concerns known until their demands are addressed.
It's disturbing. It's disgusting. I'm leaving this country. I gotta tie up some loose ends, but I'm leaving this country. You know that? Because I think it is disgusting. I'm gonna play another video for y'all. Like, this is some really disturbing shit right here. Like, man, when I lived in Kansas, they was contacting my landlord. Well, Hold on, I got another video to play. This is like when you know that truly people have lost their minds. You know, all these people that are being gang stalked, they not lying on you. Look at all these people. I'm not a drug dealer, not a gang member. Leave me alone. It's illegal and tormenting. I own my own business. I don't need your help. She even said she hires gang members. What the fuck? Am I the only sane person here? Would you like it if a gang of do-gooders stalked you to change your beliefs or behaviors, religious, political, or otherwise? I think you're breaking the law and maybe we should be stalking you. Okay? How gang stalkers, community harassment salve their conscience. They attack people who have never been to jail, trying to put them over the edge, try to find any weakness they can exploit. This talk is just a whitewash. Let me listen. Let me show y'all and see. This is what I'm talking about right here. This what it is right here. This is disgusting, man. I swear to God. When they said this new world order was coming, I wasn't ready for it, even though I was ready for it. You know what I'm saying? Because these people, I swear to God, look at this. It's psychological torture. And it is trafficking. It is trafficking. And you know what? What's crazy is that I've been in this world for 40 something years and have never ever thought about doing harm to a child, let alone my own. And these people do this because they want to control you. Now, what's crazy is that what is this tied to Kansas City? What is up with this? I want y'all to listen to this shit. This is supposed to be Roca. What does it take to keep America's young men from going to jail again and again? Roca, a Massachusetts-based nonprofit organization, helps hundreds of very high-risk young people stay out of harm's way and go to work. So this is an actual. So if you were ever in jail for anything, these people think that they have the right to insert themselves into your life. And this is what I've been talking about right here. Organizations like this. So if you've committed a crime, you don't even have the right to be free. If you've made a mistake, you serve your time and they're stalking you. I want y'all to listen. This is disgusting. I swear to God. You know what? I am absolutely just done with it. I swear to God, I'm making my plans to get the hell out of this country. I can't be here no more.
They never gave up on me. Even though I pushed them away and want them to give up on me, they never gave up on me. They're like that annoying fly that never goes away. They'll find you. If they don't find you, they'll call you. They can't get your number, they'll get it from one of your friends that they know you hang out with or associate with often. They'll ask. I was dodging them basically. And they came again and again and again and again. I think he put a GP.
You know what? I believe that these are paid actors. Because I believe that if I were somebody that committed a crime and went to jail for it and got out, is this even legal for these people to do this? This is ridiculous. And I've never been to jail and I got gang stalked. Based upon what? Oh, I was crazy because I believed in spirits. But if you believe in talking snakes, you're on to something, right? This is
I was
crazy.
inside one of my drinks one day. And I swallowed it. Like literally, I've been at a trap house smoking mad weed, and he popped up at the door. Yo, Talita, why are you coming to the drug house looking for me? Stop, no. If you stop coming and stop trying to do something good with yourself, then they're not going to give up to you. They're going to keep coming and encouraging you to be a better person. Once they grab onto you, they don't let go. Even when they grab onto me, they don't let go.
They're very tenacious at finding people that they could work with.
Wow. So they stalk, harass, watch people that to keep them out of jail, and this is, oh my God, y'all, I can't. This is
That's an understatement. They are relentless and persistent, but in a good way.
Persistent. That's the one word, persistent. My dad isn't here, my brother isn't here, my little brother isn't here. Some of my best friends now might be here. But both is gonna be here.
Yes, we are all those things. We are relentless, annoying, persistent. Really, we are a pain in the ass. But these young people know, and we know, this is the only way to reach them. People are afraid of them. They are in gangs, on drugs, in and out of jail, and every criminal justice system and every politician blames them for causing the most harm to themselves, their families, and our communities. And tragically, this can be true. Whether we understand it or not, whether we like it or not, something has gone terribly wrong for so many young people in our country. In Chicago and Baltimore, in New York and New Orleans, so many of them believe that violence is the only way of life, that shooting people gains respect, that guns are normal, and that dying young is just what happens. For these young people, 29 years ago and a day, we began ROCA. We started in a small city near Boston, Chelsea, Massachusetts. This is not just a story about reaching them. This is about fundamentally changing ourselves. It is about learning what it takes to be worthy of working with them. It is about sticking with the ones who want nothing to do with us, being clear that relapse is part of change, and using data. In the beginning, we had a lot of fun. We did outreach and organizing, leadership development, programs and events, and I hope we did more good than bad. But like most organizations, we had no idea. At one point, we knew hundreds of gang members, and they would come to ROCA and go to classes and sit in circles and feel really good about themselves. And then they would go home, deal drugs, and shoot people. This was not the point. We knew we needed a big-time change. So we brought the organization to a halt. We did research. We looked at our failures. We focused on what we did well, and we were painfully honest. We know there are lots of great programs for young people, and even young people in trouble who show up. For those who show up, go get a GED. Go to class every Tuesday, and we'll teach you to be a chef. We also knew that no one really worked with the young people who were not ready, willing, or able to participate in the program or keep a job, those who do not show up. They are angry and left out, they are depressed and often cause harm, and no one wants to spend time with them. This became the whole purpose of our work. Show up at ROCA, ready to participate, and we will show you the door. Run away from us, tell us to go to hell, and you are in. So we get a name and maybe an address, and we go to the courts and jails. We ask the police for the 50 people they arrest the most, and we roam the streets. We call what we do relentless outreach. It is really stalking, but that is not legal. We go look for the young people on our list over and over again, and we knock on doors, and we don't even care if they like us. We brush off the FUs, and
So here's my question. I know that they're talking about something totally different, but I still believe that this has got to be somewhere very unconstitutional what these people are doing. But I'm wondering if they've got similar programs for, let's say, single mothers. Oh my God, this single mother, she's by herself, she's incapable, she's stupid, she's moving to another state with her children. Oh my God, we've got to stalk her. I wonder if an organization similar to this is why I got stalked. Because I'm going to tell y'all something, I am still trying to heal. You know what it was more than anything? It was the disrespect. It was being treated like an invalid. It was being treated like a runaway slave. You know how traumatizing it is? You know what? I hope that nobody ever has to experience that. I pray to God every single day, especially somebody innocent like me. And then for some reason, the people that turned against me, that knew what type of person I was, they literally made me look like a monster because I moved. I committed some kind of crime simply because I moved away. And not to mention the fact that shortly before I moved, I was going through police harassment right before I left. Okay, yes, I was. It was literally no place for me to run or to hide. I don't know if it was because I had children with my ex. I don't know why they were doing that, but it was so weird because this has got to be, but I don't know if the organization that was financing me getting stalked knew how absolutely ruthless they were. It's considered to be human trafficking, in my humble opinion, because they were threatening to take that. It was so many threats. In fact, when I first moved to Georgia, I had people telling me they was gonna cut my throat just because I moved. And literally, I'm just like, what in the hell? And it was just like so bizarre. The people that were willing to lie and the people that were willing to participate in this. And then when you come on YouTube, they say single mother as if they're saying murderer. And it's so bizarre. It's weird. As the young lady described it, you're weird. And you know, I knew it was a reason why I never really wanted to buy a house in the United States. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like even if I go and buy me a lake house, you know, they gonna find me and get to harassing me over there. Like I just need to leave. Like I swear to God, I don't want to be in this country no more. And for these people to think they can insert themselves in your life, in people's lives. So if you're not married with some sort of united front, then you're a bad person that they have to stalk. They do electronic harassment. They harass a lot of people. You know, I'm just strong in my convictions and I'm strong in my will. But you know how many people they done broke all the way down to the point where these people can't put a thought together just to get themselves together? It just, I've made up my mind. You know what I'm saying? I have, just to leave this country. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking I want all my children. I don't want none of us here and my grandbaby. I don't want nobody I love in this country, for real, because I think it's disgusting. I swear to God, me and my children, we felt trapped in our homes. It was just a constant, God. And this is like, what was it? What was it? And you know what? I often want to ask family members, like, what did you think that you were going to gain by treating me like crap? My own mother threw me under the bus, told people that I was on drugs. I ain't never been on no drugs in my life. I could have been killed by the police. Anything could have happened to me while these people was doing what they were doing. I just think it's disgusting. And they're constantly at it. Like, trust and believe that it's a constant thing with these people. And you know why they say it? Not because I'm a single mother. If you're a single white mother, you're okay. But if you're a single black mother, you beat your kids, you hate your kids, and it is human trafficking because there, it is a way to get. And if you let them drive you crazy, because for me, I never let go of my family. I was like, are these people for real? I was like, we're gonna play these kind of mind games. It was a trip. Everybody that knows me, that watched me give birth to my children, knows how much I cherished and valued my children. What in the hell was going on within these people's minds to make them bear false witness against me? Then they went on another campaign where they were going to go around the internet and tell me that I was not allowed to have any more children. I don't know what that was about. It's weird. It's very, very weird and strange. And so, like I said, to the people that helped them gang stalk me, I don't want to see you go to jail. I'm not tripping off of you at all. I just know that I'm making plans to leave this country. And I'll probably never come back. Because I think that right now what is happening is that I believe that their you know what I'm saying, their racist views, sexist, as well as religious views have gotten the best of them. I believe all of these people are demonically possessed. Every last one of them. Because there should never be a time in America where a black woman relocates and gets stalked to that capacity. There should never be a day in America where that happens. And I'm not even tripping off of nobody that stalked me. Okay, this is not about you. This is not about you. This is bigger than you. This is bigger than you. You probably didn't really know what you was participating in. Look, you forgiven. I don't care. What I'm talking about is the fact that the way the judicial system handled it and everything. And so for me, I feel totally betrayed. And I feel as though they want everybody to be in some kind of cookie cut. And if you're not, you can't, it's almost like they have taken the most vulnerable people in America and decided, I'm going to attack you. And I don't care. And I want to, you know what? I'm going to find out and see this whole situation with the corrupt police in Kansas City really gets my spidey senses going. Honestly, it does. It gets my spidey senses going. Because of the simple fact that I moved from one of the racist places, like Kansas City is very racist. Kansas City is more racist than Georgia, in my opinion. Like this was the last state to free the slaves, okay? Because as a black person, you can't just live free. You have to always go back and look at slavery. So here we go. Kansas City was the last state to free the slaves. So I felt that entire time that I was being hunted like I was a slave. If that feeling, I'm going to tell you what that feeling feels like. It feels like hell. It feels like absolute hell. It makes you just want to bite into your damn pillow and just rip the pillow apart. It makes you want to scream and pound yourself into the pillow and just beat a pillow. It makes you want to beat a punching bag. And I never forget when I first got to Georgia, how I felt, how happy I felt, and just I wanted to I wasn't even trying to start over. Start over what? I was on my journey of life. They tried to make me look like I was stalking somebody that I hadn't contacted in months. The same shit. And I want answers. I deserve an explanation. I do. I deserve an explanation for that. I mean, whenever you get through, people think, oh, I'm just going to sweep this under the rug, and then I'm just not going to say anything, and then, oh my goodness, and then maybe we'll decide. I should have been left alone. Like literally, it was so weird, and it was almost like my mother was my slave master. And you know what? I found out that I didn't really have no family for real. I found out that everything was fake in my life. You know what I'm saying? And see, that within itself could be very devastating to a person. But for me, it wasn't, because I always knew. And these people will say, oh, well, why don't you try to heal with your family? And why don't you try to... You hunted me like a runaway slave. You put a target on my back, and I'm supposed to be your family. That's why, I mean, and you know what people do? They'll sweep it under the rug, and they'll just say, Jamila, you're ugly. And as if like, wait a minute, you got to come up with something better than that. My mind is far too intelligent for that. That's all I'm saying. So I want to find out who this secret organization is in Kansas City, and why are they targeting people in social media. I remember being targeted. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I can't even remember when I wasn't being stalked by somebody. It's very bizarre. It is so weird. It really is. And then what was real crazy was how my mother kept bearing false witness. My mother's crazy. I remember years ago, she kept bringing up Susan Smith. Oh, you're gonna Susan Smith your kids. I'm like, the shit would just come out of the blue. That's called crazy making, when somebody just comes up with something just all at once and says, And I'm like, but in reality, it was my mother that had killed most of her children. She was the abortionist, had 5 or 6 of them before she had me. That shit is crazy. Why would anybody think that way? That's like some kind of delusional psychosis or something. So I kept asking um, the Division of Children and Family Services years ago. I kept asking them, I was like, and so basically what they would do is they would bring somebody in social media to reject me publicly. Okay. There was another one that would reject me publicly. And I guess I was supposed to go crazy and do something to my children because of that. Every mother is not like that. Like, why would somebody do that? So I had a serious talk with him one day. I said, listen, I said, I know and I am fully aware of what is happening to me right now. I am fully aware of everything that is going on. And and for this to be tied into this social media fakeness where a person that I've never even met is going to make me harm my children, it was so weird. They would always set something up, and then I would get a knock at my door, and we're sitting there watching cartoons or something. It's kind of crazy. Then I realized, I said, this is some kind of setup. Now, I don't care about that anymore because I totally destroyed all of their entire everything. I already bought them down to Chinatown. Nobody has to worry about that. But the point is that what is up with these corrupt organizations? I know it was because I kept wondering to myself, I kept thinking back and trying to date back. And I do remember applying, I do remember responding to a fake, fraudulent job ad in Kansas City that was actually, what is that religious organization? Scientologists. They actually put a fake, they put a job in the paper with an address to go and apply for it. And when you get down there, it's Scientologists. So I was thinking, damn, is it the Scientologists? And I think it's preposterous. So I've been having this show set up for like the past week. I think I'm going to wait until Sunday to do it, talking about strengthening your mind to overcome the various forms of manipulation, witchcraft, black magic. And I'm a witch, but I don't practice that kind of magic. I would never, ever, ever do that to anybody's family. That's disgusting. Not ever in my life. I think it. I kept saying to them, I was like, "Do you think that okay, I'm estranged from my family. I've been dealing with this for years with family members, but now you're gonna make it worse by making me feel like I don't have a right to my privacy or my personal liberties and freedom." And literally, let me tell you something. There's no paperwork on me. There's never been any incidences to where I've had to be hospitalized in a psychiatric ward. I've never been diagnosed with anything. I'm just a really emotional person that is very empathic. Hurt myself or my children, that definitely would never hurt any my children, but it was so weird that that they would do that. And then what am I supposed to do when we look up 30 or 40 years from now and all of my children are well and happy, which they are, and I kind of know where that came from, but you do realize that this person was lying because this person wanted to control me and how people saw me. And then you try to make it look like Black mothers, especially Black single mothers, don't really love their children. What kind of maniacs are these? That, you know what, I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's a person that has no intuition, and it's a person that is deeply disconnected, calcified third eye. And it's just it's crazy. To put it in layman's terms, I'm gonna give y'all a Clips Note version of it. During this time, the whole time, I'm steady helping people. I'm doing spiritual work for people, you know what I'm saying? And then also having to help because there were several defects workers that actually needed healing. You know, they were children from abusive families, okay, that grew up being abused. So I wasn't rude to those people, you know what I'm saying? But it kind of got really, really nerve wracking, you know what I'm saying? But nobody is actually going to, because I believe that they were doing it to try to, I guess, drive me crazy. Nobody's actually going to do that. People love their life. And it seems like these people are constantly degrading and downing you. And now what I'm trying to break the mold of is I'm trying to break the mold of people thinking because of that bull crap that I am the person that they claimed that I was, but now it's time for you to know who I really am. Because you don't even know who I really am. You don't even know me. There's a lot of people that just simply, you just don't really know me. You know what I'm saying? And I wish you did. Because, you know, when somebody's trying to commit a crime against you, of course they're going to call you crazy. But all of these people are not crazy. And I'm definitely not crazy. So I know for a fact that all of this stuff happened to me for a reason. And it was for a higher purpose. It wasn't meant to destroy me. I have trust in God. And so, you know, if you are in that situation where you're being taken through some sort of gang stalking program, then you need to realize that you can survive that. You can make it through it like I did, because it's very sick. And these people don't care about your family. Like, it was so much crazy stuff going on. Like, it was almost like cartoonish. It was unbelievable. Unbelievable. For example, I tried to enroll my son in school. They wouldn't let me enroll him in school, but then they would come online every day and say, your kids aren't in school. Your kid, it was so sick. But in the meantime, the high school right down the street from us would not accept my son's enrollment. And I said, you know what? I said, fuck this, I'm out of here. I said, take your education and you can shove it up your ass. That's what I said to him, because you know what? That system is gone anyway. I'm telling you, it's gone, all of it. Okay? And he tried to have security come out. I'm like, well, all I did was told you to take your education and shove it up your ass. Like, is it illegal for me to tell you that? These people, it's almost like they work together. But see, here's the whole thing about it, is that I have connections in much higher areas. And I know y'all thinking, oh God, we've got to intimidate her and figure out what she's talking about. No, I'm talking about spiritually. And I just kept hearing my spirit guide say, you know we're not gonna ever let anything happen to you, right? You know that ain't nothing gonna happen to you. I would just hear them saying that over, like I wasn't hearing voices, but I could just feel my spirit guides. They were just, you know, just literally encouraging me to keep going, keep going, keep going. Like, this is some weird stuff. And I know how it is when they have their demon nights and it's all this weirdness. And it's just something that I don't want to ever be associated with again. It's really unnerving. And most gang stalking victims are saying that their family is in on it because they are. A lot of times your family is in on it. It could be, I think personally that they go, I don't know. I feel like it's some kind of secret organization that has something to either to do with the church or either some of these corporations or even the Freemasons and stuff, this whole secret society type of thing going on. But you know what? I'm a normal person, still am. I'm just getting over a little bit of the trauma of it all. Okay. That may take me a few more years to heal from. Okay. But what I want to say is that, it was a really light, elated feeling, and these people, they just kept and kept on and kept on and kept on until you just start to feel heavy. You just start to feel heavy. You know what I'm saying? And it just I'm telling y'all, stay close to your guardian angel. If you are going through that, I swear to God, because I was looking at a video like it's so sad. It really is, and they don't care what you're on here doing, and they should. They should, because you just never know what a person's purpose is in this life. For you to take a person that's healthy and happy and to run down on them so much to the point where they're feeling like they're not even safe in their own house, and then you see these people playing these mind games like, are you the homeowner or are you just renting? What difference does it make? What difference does that make? The point is that law-abiding citizens that contribute something good to this society should be looking forward to something more than that, surely. And then and I guess, what do you like this whole thing with the whole single mother thing? This is going to stop. I'm going to tell you why. It's just as ridiculous as corrective rape in Africa, okay, or anywhere. But we know that goes on in Africa, corrective rape. Men raping women that are lesbian because it's going to make them not be a lesbian if they get raped. Right. But y'all felt that y'all had to do an intervention on single mothers. And I even remember back then they were like, oh, she's just trying to get pregnant. I wasn't even thinking about getting pregnant. I was thinking about getting myself established financially. I wasn't thinking about none of that. You think they cared? They were too busy doing their human trafficking. And you know what I want to say to y'all? Every time you put up a video or a live, you're participating in human trafficking. I even had one of them send me a weird email talking about, I'm going to take $50,000 out of your ass. And it's like, what the? This is disgusting. And you know what? I hope that their organizations and their corporations, y'all, it needs to be abolished. Everything that y'all doing, this whole secret society type of thing going on. Because some of us, you attack us, man, you might end up seeing the finger of God come right out the sky. That with the just the injustices that happen. You know what I'm saying? And so, I really feel that a lot of people are prisoners in this country. Not on the earth. It's not the earth. A lot of people say, oh, the earth, this and that. No, like, I just, and you know what? For me, I can't help but still feel secure. The reason why is because of my spirits, my ancestors. That's why I don't have no problem with talking about it because now they don't want me to talk about it. Well, I need to talk about it because I need to heal. I'm not trying to put you in jail. What good is you going to jail going to do? What good is all those people going to jail going to do? That's not going to do anybody any good, so I'm not interested in that. I'm more so interested in an explanation as to why. I'm more so interested in other things in my life that are not pertaining to that. But I think that it's very disturbing the way people will get into certain positions and abuse their power like that. And for it to happen right out in the open. You see it happening on YouTube, constant human trafficking. When y'all make videos about people, you are participating in human trafficking. You're using that person's likeness. You're trying to incite hatred against them. You're using them to try to draw in money and donations. And everybody that is participating in it. You know what I'm saying? So I don't even know what to say. Like I'm gonna keep track of this story. I wanna Google this young lady's name real quick, though, the one over there in KC, because I am telling you, this is very disturbing. Whoever this, let me see if I can find some more videos that this young lady made because I 100% believe you. I believe this young lady. Okay, hold on. Okay, look at this. Look at her. I don't want to look at her video. She been okay.
Here at home, the Kansas City Police Department released this video today, captured by a nearby security camera prior to officers arriving at 35th and Prospect Wednesday night. This comes one day after cell phone video shared on social media shows the arrest of a woman 9 months pregnant. A police spokesperson told us the owner of that gas station called police and told them he wanted that crowd off his property due to what was described as a large fight. While police say the video is unedited, it does include police narrative at the bottom of your screen. We did put in a formal request for the clean video, but the department has denied our request. The camera eventually shifts to show officers placing the pregnant woman in handcuffs. They say she was hindering an arrest. However, the video does not show the moment captured on cell phone video of an officer placing a knee on the woman's back. Police maintain she was given warnings to leave the area but refused. They also say after she was handcuffed, she was turned to her side and placed in a seated position. The police released that video in response to this video now on your screen, and it's going viral. It shows the pregnant woman on the ground and appears to show an officer's knee on her back. 41 Action News reporter Ariel Rothfield joins us now live from downtown. Ariel, protesters plan to camp out.
Now, do we even have to question, like a lot of people say, well, stop resisting arrest, stop doing that. They'll say, stop doing that, stop doing that. Now, I'm not the type of person, like I'm not for, you know what I'm saying, getting an attitude with the police and stuff like that. Like I really honestly don't do that. I'm honestly not aggressive like that. But I think that the problem is the number of people that are being targeted for their political statements and views.
we came as a group together. So yes, there's definitely people that are supporting me in the audience who are in debt that I can't pay. So donate to my Cashapp because that'll help me pay my car note. So I won't take up too much space about the election, as I know that people are tired of hearing about it and it's ready for it to get over. But I am definitely voting for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. People have alternating opinions about that, but I'm literally picking the lesser of two evils. I'd rather sit with the top cop and the "you're not black if you don't vote for me" in office than a recognized and well-known white supremacist. People don't realize we have a literal white supremacist in the White House. So while they spend so much energy and time dragging Joe Biden and Kamala Harris for their very problematic viewpoints on a lot of policies and just how they've shown up in spaces previously, I would rather that, honestly, than the white supremacist that's in office. The little white supremacist that's in office. So we really have to start picking the lesser of two evils.
You know what's sad is when black people participate in white supremacy. That's like really, really sad. We're not gonna look at this whole video. Ah.
Peace, everybody. You're now tuned into the.
Fair warning. I'm not nice, and I don't seek to be respectable. I'm not asking y'all for anything, because y'all can't and won't be both my savior and my oppressor. I don't want reform. I want to turn this building into luxury, low-cost housing. These will make some really nice apartments to me. Firstly, stop using black children as photo opportunities, because they're cute now, but in 10 years, they're black male suspects in red shirts and khaki shorts. Eating cookies and drinking milk with children does not absolve you of your complicity in their oppression and denigration, Rick Smith. Because Kansas City will spend more on police than education and then try to encourage children to speak with their oppressors. Y'all are really weird. It's asinine to be called radical or homegrown terrorists for not wanting government employees to kill citizens in any instance. So I'm not here begging anything of soulless white folks and self-preserving black folks. You get one life, and you all in this room have chosen profits over people, and that's pathetic. So I'm going to spend the next 2 minutes reading y'all for a film, something I'm sure nobody has ever done. Nathan, the gentleman in the vomit-colored men's warehouse suit, in desperate need of Bosley and a haircut, a former FBI agent who exudes white privilege and is the epitome of mediocrity, and who loves Trump so much that he hired his former attorney general at his firm. And it's so sweet because he spent most of this meeting looking away with his head in his hands. Or Mark, Pastor Mark of Victorious Life Church on 34th and Paseo, where the mission is to provide a place and opportunity to worship Jesus Christ and preach a message of hope and faith through God's holy word in the building. Meanwhile, he's subjecting black people to terrorism and unchristlike behavior at the hands of KCPD outside the building. And Kathy, I'll get here before the other commission members, so I look as if I have empathy, and I'm excited to hear what they have to say. Meanwhile, I didn't have anything else to do at 8 o'clock in the morning but be rich and white and retired, so I'm here early. Or Don, owner of Wagner Investments, Blue Notes LLC, and part owner of the Royals, another rich and white and disconnected and out of touch person with nothing but pure apathy seeping through the bulging veins of your paper-colored skin. You age like crap when you're racist and subject others to violence. And David, you don't get a vote, but it'd be a shame if your really progressive students at UNKC Block School of Management knew you were a cop lover in 2020. I don't think they would be a huge fan of that in 2020. In 1960 maybe, but this is 2020. And Q, had I not spent the entirety of the last 6 months dragging you, I would have more to say, but I don't. And Rick, I won't even begin with you because I don't care enough about you
Ma'am, your time's
to
up.
start, but you will have to spend overtime in the chapel at the end of your life. You have blood on your hands, and while these idiots hold you on a pedestal, God does not honor injustice and murder. Anyways, I'll leave you soulless, profit-driven, avaricious, greedy, God-forsaken humans, including anyone who works in this building, with one Bible verse from the Bible, detailing the life of Jesus. Jesus Christ, who was another unarmed black man murdered by authorities in the book you hellbound people claim to love so much. What does it profit a man to gain the whole world and forfeit his soul? You're really funny. Kiki.
You know what? It is sad that as a black woman in 2021, this is what our lives has to be about. She can't be somewhere studying or maybe exploring nature or maybe even drawing a picture. She can't do that because she has to be at a board meeting. You know, this is what her life has to be about. This is why I want to leave this country, is what I want to say. And, you know, I really do hope that there is a better place for me and my family to live other than here, because, you know, it just, when you look at it in hindsight, like every day can be okay, but when you look at the big picture, like when you look at so many things that happen and they act like, oh, well, you should just be happy that we didn't kill you. What good does it do if you live in a life if for 6 or 7 years, 10, 15 years straight, you are stalking and terrorizing people? You know, and I just, you get tired of it. It's you know, no wonder black people have heart disease and stuff, because it's just so much being thrown. Like why would anybody, why in 2020 that young lady would have to go at a board meeting and even say any of that? Why should it even be necessary in this day and age? There should be no black women or no white women or nobody. There should be nobody feeling that just because they left their hometown that they are a criminal that has broken the law. Nobody should ever feel like a runaway slave, ever. Even the runaway slave shouldn't have ever felt like a runaway slave. I don't have a romantic relationship with slavery at all. I don't appreciate every single day of my life having to be about this, having to wake up to a world where everybody around you is either sad or upset or angry because of something else, some kind of injustice or something unfair happening to them, and just day in and day out, just drama and chaos and craziness. Nobody should ever have to go through that. You know what I'm saying? Is what I want to leave this with saying. And, you know, I hope that, and I really do feel that I am healing. Because it's nothing worse than being stereotyped and not being listened to just because you're black or just because you're a single mother. So this whole thing against single mothers, I'm going to tell y'all something. Y'all are absolutely demonically possessed. I'm the only one in this situation actually saying something and making any sense right now. Because I've seen that kind of possession before. It doesn't scare me one bit, but it's just the point that people are not woke to that. People are not woke, and people didn't care just because, I guess, the way I looked. I guess they didn't like me because I guess I thought something about myself. I guess I had too much confidence. I guess I was just a little too much. So I was supposed to cower in the corner and be weak, I guess is what I was supposed to do. So yeah, I'm looking into moving out of this country, honestly, finding somewhere else to go. Um, of course, I'll still be doing spiritual work for y'all, but I definitely would like to leave this country eventually one day. Just because of that, just because there was never an I apologize, there was never any, there was never anything. It's just attack, mess with your mind, literally gang stalk you, and then that's just it. You know what I'm saying? Leave you hanging to dry, and it is a crucifixion. You do feel as though you are being crucified, just like Jesus Christ. You do. You literally feel that way whenever they do that. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling having those heavy feelings, having those, those heart pains, having anxiety to where you feel like you can't breathe. You feel like folks is trying to create stuff in your mind and create stuff that would never even exist in your mind just for their own selfish purpose. And then people will have the audacity to act like I am going to be okay with that. And so I'm going to be following this situation, whatever it is that's happening in Kansas City, because, I like the only negative run in that I had with the police was really horrible. But other than that, I felt like, the police were okay in Kansas City, but there's corruption everywhere, and clearly things have gotten bad. Clearly things have gotten so bad to where, seeing that it kind of makes me feel like it's some kind of conspiracy. And then also, that if you ever want to see like one of the most racist places, over there in Kansas City, I mean, the KKK is heavily over there. Just absolutely ridiculous. I'm wondering if it's even a country that I can go to get the hell away from that. It's so annoying. And, I know that has something to do with it. And when I don't think I'm gonna go back to Africa, but when they told us to go back to Africa, that's what I guess some of the people that they meant that. You know what I'm saying? Like I just I don't even know how to feel. I guess for me at this point, I'm completely numb to it. But it's kind of like, you know, when it comes to doing what's right, that's what I'm all about, doing what is right. What is the difference between right and wrong? Stalking and harassing somebody, do you know the negative effects of stalking? I think that they do know. That's why they do it. It's a lot of negative effects of that. Like it just it's terrible. I don't know. All I gotta say is that I'm gonna say this. I feel that you should keep a calm head when it comes to all of this because it literally is like a game to me. Like it's like they play games. You know what I'm saying? And so I would say that if you were ever in my position or the position of anybody else, that is literally dealing with that, I think that you should keep a cool head because I don't know about y'all, but I like life. I like living. I like living in peace. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I gotta go because I gotta get up early. I gotta get up early and get set up for this ritual that I'm doing tomorrow. Why am I going through this? Is Spirit. Spirit wanted me to talk about this. I didn't have anything else to do. I had already got all my work done for the night. And I think it should be talked about. I think that, like I said again, I'm going to say this for the 99th millionth time. I look to the people that gang stalk me. I believe that this system created you to be the gang stalker that you are in the first place. So I don't even have no anger towards those very confused people because they're very confused and demonically possessed. But I can tell you that I earn a pretty good living doing what I'm doing, and I don't have to go after people and try to do harm to people. So there's a better way of living. There's a better way of life and not this. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, all right, y'all. That's all I wanted to say. Peace and love. I'm getting ready to take myself to sleep. All right. Bye. Happy witching hour to y'all. Love and light.